Hey Faith family. The first of these missional measures or marks of a mature Christian that we're going to talk about is gospel humility. And it comes from Matthew 5:3-4, which says this: "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." Let's look at verse 3 first. "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." The Greek word for poor there, it comes from the word to cower or to cringe. And it gives the implication of a beggar. Basically saying that we are spiritual beggars, that we are morally bankrupt, we are sinful to the core, we bring nothing to the table. In verse 4, when it says, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted," that's basically saying that verse 3 is like the intellectual. We know that we do not bring anything to the table when it comes to our relationship with God. We know that we have nothing really to offer of value to God, yet He loves us anyway. And the blessed are those who mourn part is the emotional counterpart to that intellectual knowledge. So we mourn over our sinfulness. We mourn because we recognize that we truly are unable to bring anything into the relationship that is good. And we mourn the sin that separates us from God. Together, these verses reveal the first step into Christianity, the first step into gospel humility, which is the beginning of any relationship with God, to recognize His supremacy, His holiness, His great value, His immeasurable worth, in relation to our sinful rebellion, our morally corrupt lives. And yet He loved us anyway. It is ongoing, never ending in our understanding, and the depths that we plumb throughout the rest of our lives will always be seeing that we bring nothing, and we're worse today in our minds than we really thought we were yesterday in relationship to who God is. So the last part of it, though, is the hope of the gospel, right? The gospel humility comes when we see that Jesus also came and emptied Himself, becoming spiritually a beggar before the Father. And that He, as He emptied Himself, mourned sin like we are too, except that it wasn't His sin He mourned. He mourned the sins of the city as He overlooked Jerusalem. He mourned the sins of all those that He would be bringing into His family. He mourned the sin that brought death to Lazarus. And then He gave His life to bring us back. That is humility. The God of the universe, who created all things, who in Him, through Him, by Him, for Him were all things created. He stepped out of eternity to become one of us so that we could be brought into His family. He humbled Himself so that we could be brought into His family to be called His brothers and sisters. This humility is how we are to live every day and every moment in all of our relationships. This is a true mark of being a follower of Jesus.